All right, tonight, very special episode of the Power Hour. This would be the SCW Wrestletopia Go Home show. And tonight, we have two guests that really need no introduction, but I'm going to introduce them anyway. First of all, C Red, the man, the myth, the legend is here. NWA superstar. Hello, Red.
Oh no.
What's up, buddy?
Don't be too excited, man. I got this. I got this.
I'm glad.
Also here tonight is Rion Skills, the real deal. He'll be doing the pictures tonight. Hello, Rion. Rion's being muted. He'll pop in when he needs to.
Hey, everyone.
Our guest tonight, first of all, we welcome man, I don't know if we've ever had a more prominent guest on this program that personifies wrestling history more than the iconic Terry Allen on this show, SCW president, the godfather, the chairman of the board, the heart and soul of the Brotherhood in Windy City. Mr. Terry Allen is joining us tonight. Hello, Mr. President. How are you, sir?
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
And as much as we're glad to have Terry Allen on our show, and we really are, that's how much we're not glad to have SCW heavyweight champion and the bane of my fucking existence, the evil genius, Aaron Xavier. Mr. Xavier, we meet again.
Hello, Potsky Princess.
Well, at least this time we're not in the same room and you can't hit me with a fucking steel chair on my own show. So I feel like I'm that far ahead of the game. Saturday night, Shabance, Illinois, Wrestletopia. It is the biggest show of the SCW calendar year, and it features all the stars. It features all the hot matches, from the called shot ladder match to the Nick Huffman Battle Royal. A lot of championships on the line: the women's championship, the tag team championship, the Genesis championship, and the heavyweight championship. And this may be more special than any other Wrestletopia because Aaron Xavier had perhaps finally written a check that his ass can't cash, as it is Aaron Xavier versus Terry Allen. So my first question tonight goes to the president, and I hope it's not too personal a question, because like I said, we want to have you guys talk. We want to hear about what's going on, how we got to this moment. But there are people out there that have been messaging me for the last couple of days saying, God, if you have a chance, ask this question. If you have a chance, ask that question. And we're all about the fans here, so we are going to ask the questions that need to be asked. So the first question goes to Mr. Allen. It's been a minute. Are you back? Have you returned to the square circle? And if so, why and what do you feel at this point in your career and your life you have to prove?
That's a fair question. It's a question that I get asked pretty regularly now. No, I'm not back. I'm enjoying what I do. I'm the president of SCW. That takes up most of my time, and I enjoy doing that. However, every now and again, there are morons who decide they want to test me. I'm not above taking that challenge. Do I get anything out of a win or a loss? I don't. Maybe they will. I do not.
Whoa. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Allen. Get nothing out of it. Am I to understand right now that this is a non-title match?
This match with Aaron is a non-title match.
What?
This match is me and Aaron. My goal only is to beat the living piss out of him. I think I said earlier. I get no. I mean, at the end of the day, what if I win? What do I get? There's nothing for me to do. There's nothing for me to do, right? Somebody beats me, maybe it's a little tag on their name. Good for them. For me, there's nothing. I enjoy doing what I'm doing right now, but I will answer the call. And sometimes, every now and again, in this situation, I have to make the challenge myself. I think that so Aaron and I have had this great mutual respect for each other over the years. From the first time I saw him back at POW and I watched him wrestle and I looked at Jimmy Blaze, I'm like, this kid's good. It's been that long. That was shit. I can't even tell you the year it was. That was a long fucking time ago. And we've had this mutual respect, but as he's gone about his business as champion, which he has rightly said, I would do the same things he's done. I wouldn't duck as hard as he has. And that is the line that I've drawn. He feels like he made a fool of me. I don't wear egg on my face well. It doesn't necessarily bother me that he's fooled me. I think he's a great wrestling mind. I think that he's a great wrestler. It doesn't bother me that he's pulled one over. It is the ducking. And sometimes it's time for the king to make the challenge. And that's what happened.
That's an interesting statement. And I just assumed that the champ would be man enough to put the title on the line. But this almost makes it more impressive that you're not looking for anything other than a violent end to a pain in your ass. So that maybe makes this match even more impressive.
I'm the president of SCW. I don't believe I should be fighting for a title in SCW. I'm not on anybody's roster. I shouldn't be fighting for a title anywhere. I honestly believe that. I will answer a challenge. That is who I am, to my core. This is not a championship match. This is this.
Well, Aaron Xavier, he put a lot of information out there in that statement. It's an interesting situation you find yourself in. It seems to happen often. You find yourself in these interesting situations. What does this look like from your perspective?
Oh, such revisionist history from Terry Allen there is it's like, look, the one thing he got right is there was a very, very much so a mutual respect between me and Terry. And not a thing that I have done is not something Terry wouldn't have done himself. It's like Terry made a career out of being one step ahead of people at every turn in Windy City, every time. So, him saying, okay, I'm ducking people. Who have I ducked? I wrestled everyone that you've put up. I took the title off Hunter Payne. Miles Mercer beat him. Jazz beat him. Creed beat him. It's like, who have I ducked? Just because I've done it my way, which I'm sorry, it's the same way you would have done it, Terry, doesn't take anything away from me. Okay, so you want to, okay, let's say sabotage. I got dysfunction in Angel. How was that any different than you using the Brotherhood for all those years?
Well, I have no problem with sabotage. I have no problem at all. The fact that you're still champion, like after your match with Cody, right? And I got to go back and I got to look at the tape and I got to see that you did get one over on me, that you did use the belt, that you did deserve to be disqualified. And I said to you, you're disqualified, you'll lose the championship. But I didn't take it away. I don't mind you playing within the rules of the game. It's what I do. But you have ducked Hunter and somebody I don't even agree with. You've not even come close to giving a rematch. But two, you're doing everything you can to avoid the kid.
I literally challenged the kid. I gave him his shot, and he missed. He missed.
You stayed in the ring because I made you stay in the ring.
Hey, just because he agreed to the rules without really thinking it through is not my fault. The terms were set out perfectly clear. If he did not win the title, he did not get another shot. Just because he didn't think about the fact that, hey, if I get disqualified 10 seconds into the match, he's done. That's not my fault. He's too dumb to think about these things.
It's my job to make sure good business is done. That's all I've done as president, is make sure good business is done. Even though the fans don't like some of the decisions I've made, I've always gone on the side of let's do what's right for business. Always. I don't care what the fans think, not in a negative way. I need to know that I'm doing the right thing for business. This is the right thing for business. Putting you in your place is the right thing for business.
It's like you're making a lot of assumptions. You're going to put me in my place. Have you not watched me over the last 10 months, Terry? It's like there has been nobody that's even come close to putting me in my place. What makes you think you're going to be any different? I mean, here, the only thing different is I don't have to worry about losing my championship this time, Terry. What's that mean? It means that no matter what, I've got nothing to lose. But all I got to do is just stand there and beat you up and beat you up and beat you up. Like I said, like I said the other day when I released that promo, it's like you're the ringleader of this rebellion in my kingdom, and I'm going to make an example of you on Saturday.
Your kingdom?
Steve, you were there the night I came back, and I told everyone Daddy's home. What did you think it was going to happen?
Well, I suppose that was a foregone conclusion. I have seen this show before, but to think that your kingdom and you're in charge, that seems to be off to me. But that we'll get back to that in a minute. My next question I directed you, Aaron and Xavier. How do you prepare for an opponent like this? I mean, you are familiar with Terry Allen. You're familiar with his career. You're familiar with what he brings to the table. And you know that it's a non-title match. So it's not like you're fighting to retain your title. You have a man that's going to be staring across at you, looking to end your reign of terror, so to speak, end your existence on this level. How does one prepare for a monumental undertaking such as that, given all the history that this man has been a part of?
Well, it's not as difficult as you'd think, Steve. I said it earlier tonight. It's like, for as much as Terry's upset and embarrassed, I mean, it's more embarrassed than upset that, you know, I got one over, or actually two over on him. Let's not forget about when he came in the ring, got Hunter to come in the ring, and I bashed his head in with a bat to start this whole thing. So that's twice. But it's really not that hard, because essentially I'm preparing for myself. I'm preparing for me. Because everything I do is what Terry did 10 years ago. I'm preparing for myself, and I know myself better than anybody. It's like I've made a career of being one step ahead at every turn. It's like, so that's all it is can Terry, you know, being away from the business or being away from the ring as long as he has, does he still have that ability to get one step ahead of me? You should be asking this question to him. How does he prepare for a younger, better version of Terry Allen?
Well, I'm not going to word it like that. That's insanity. But I will let the question you just asked answer. And at no time am I going to say, are you a better version of Terry Allen? Because that just is not something that exists. But Mr.
That's
Allen,
just a fact-based statement. Fact-based statement.
Mr. Allen, the floor is yours to field that question. As ridiculous as it is.
One, I loved when you hit Hunter with the belt. I loved it. Hunter and I have never, ever seen eye to eye. One, I mean, he's a foot taller, but we've never seen eye to eye. You hitting him at the bat, I was fine there. Him coming out and hitting you at the bat, I was not okay with, was I? Because it wasn't within the rules of the game. You used it within the rules of the game. Absolutely fine with that. Two, how do I beat a younger, better Terry Allen?
See, Steve, even he admitted younger, better version of Terry Allen.
I believe he was just recapping your question.
It's on the record now.
There is only one Terry Allen.
He's goddamn right. Goddamn right.
Doesn't let everybody know what he's doing, and keep in mind your words. I've always been a step ahead. And if you think that's not part of my plan, the younger, better Terry Allen is a little bit behind.
What part of you being ahead made me make you look like a fool when Creed accepted my challenge? Doesn't seem like you're very much ahead when it comes to Aaron Xavier, Terry.
One step ahead.
All right. Okay. That debate went on for a month. C-Red, you have been sitting here very quietly listening to the goings
Oh.
on. And when Aaron Xavier offered up the younger, better version of Terry Allen and made that statement, I saw your body language change. So I would like you to speak upon what was said, because the Windy City brotherhood, the whole camaraderie of that era, you are intimately familiar with, and you have young, in this case, Aaron Xavier, offering up a very, very interesting comparison. I'd like to know what your thoughts are on that, because from somebody that's been around a minute, I bet you have a unique perspective.
I ain't gonna say it's unique, but I see where Aaron is coming from. First of all, I ain't got no dog. First of all, I ain't got no dog in this fight. Again, of course, I will always have great honor and great respect for Terry, because if it wasn't for Terry, I wouldn't be in Windy City. And I have, whether you like it or not, and you don't, when I was at a crossroads in my career, Aaron Xavier gave me the opportunity, and we created the ARC, and we have been running rampant ever since. So, again, I ain't got no doubt in this fight. And considering this will probably be my last SCW show, I'm sure I'm gonna sit down for the damn main event. But I understand where Aaron is coming from. Again, as you say, I was there the night Terry Allen pulled the swerve on everybody, enjoying Devastation X. I was there, sitting there like, holy fuck, I don't believe this is happening. It is happening. And he kicked everybody's ass that night. It was 4 hours long. I still want my time back, but shit, I love it.
TV tapings were long.
Yes, they were. This is why I say what I said. Terry wrote the book, laid the blueprint, whatever kind of damn synopsis, allegory, whatever the fuck you want to say. The thing is, Aaron saw it, read it, copied it, faxed it. I don't know, shit. But the way he's doing it now is brilliant. I mean, hell, I have to admit, first of all, Miles beat him the first time. Okay. And then he put the title on the line against Miles. And everything that we went in thinking we knew Aaron had some more tricks up his damn sleeve. And that's the thing about Aaron. When you're playing against the evil genius, he's called that for a reason. See, you think, okay, all right, this is what he does. We can play it for A, B, C, and D. And his ass will go all the way down to X, Y, and Z, and you don't see that shit coming. Again, I, too, must admit, I loved him when he hit Hunter with the damn bat. Hey, I don't see eye to eye with his ass either.
You only stopped seeing eye to eye with me after I kicked you in the Little Reds.
No, I'm talking about Hunter. Hey, understand. But what did we say that night? We said business is business, right? Mm-hmm. ARC is forever, but business is business. So I get it, right? You kicked me in the doo-doos, and I understood. I didn't like it. I didn't appreciate it, but it was business, right? That check. You want that check. You want that check to stay the same size, right? So
nope, again, I wanted to get bigger.
Well, you wanted to get, but I'm saying on a regular basis, you know what I'm saying. Stop adding on the shit. So I get it. Terry laid the foundation, and Aaron just took it, and now he's taking it a step further and again, maybe if Terry, again, not saying he shouldn't have stepped away, but again, Terry left and there was nobody, because let's be honest, the real Terry Allen is a mean son of a bitch. The real Terry Allen is a pain in your ass. The real Terry Allen will fuck you up and don't even think about it and won't even blink. I've seen it. I've lived it. I know this to be fact, right?
Absolutely.
But then he sat back, lifestyle change. See, the suits and the expensive ass shirts and all that. Nah, that wasn't Terry. That wasn't Terry. So he life happened, and I get that. Life happens, things change, and that's fine. Hell, that's where I'm trying to go now. Aaron said, fuck it. Who else out here doing that shit? Nobody. Watch me do it and watch me do it better. And guess what? He is fucking doing it. You don't have to like it. You don't have to love it. But guess what? The fucking proof has been there for months. Again, think about it. He came back. He even fooled you, Steve. Your ass sat there on that night. Oh, is he really leaving? Oh, damn. And I remember the conversation, Steve, and you sat there and you were, oh, wow, what are we going to do without someone like Aaron Xavier around? Like you were mourning that he was leaving, only to get the swerve thrown on your ass, and then you were like, oh, I should have seen it coming. Yeah, you should have, but you didn't. So, oh well. Again, what I'm expecting on this Saturday, I'm not expecting wrestling. I'm not expecting rest holds. I'm not expecting 20,000 arm bars. No, Terry is fighting, and I said the word fighting because he can. He can. Aaron is fighting to show y'all he ain't going to fucking goddamn place. This ain't a wrestling match. I hope the people know that. I hope the fans at SCW understand. Ain't no, 450s off the top rope. Nah. They gonna slug it the fuck out. And I wouldn't be surprised. Shit. We might not go home till 2, 3 in the morning. 4. I might have to run to the gas station and shit, buy some more pizzas and shit, because I don't expect this shit to end no time soon. Just saying.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm too old to go to 4 o'clock. I'm gonna fucking end it as quick as I can.
I respect that.
I sat here, and as Red was speaking, my mind went back to all the power hours that we've done together, me and Red. And every time I bring Red in to talk about Windy City and all that it meant, means, and will continue to mean, he always comes through and makes the moment amazing. Until tonight.
Yes, he made it. He made it more than amazing tonight. More than amazing.
If you just ingested some crack before the show started, or you forgot where the fuck you came from, or you forgot who is here and what is going on. I know the ARC is powerful, and I have felt it for years. Believe me, nobody gets the shit from the ARC more than I do. But we're talking about Terry fucking Allen.
You're acting like I am dismissing all Terry Allen.
You just spent 20 fucking minutes dismissing this man.
No. Again. See that, Aaron, you see what I have to deal with on a weekly basis.
Listen, I get exactly what Red's saying, and it's like I believe the same thing. Let's put it like this: Terry Allen wrote the Old Testament of this game. I wrote the New Testament. I wrote Revelations. I wrote every other book afterwards. It's look, Terry Allen set the blueprint, but this isn't 1998 anymore. This is 2023. I've taken it to a different level. A different level. I mean, Steve, I had you, of all people who know what I am and what I'm capable of, I had you calling me the savior of SCW. The savior of SCW.
He forget that.
I made a fool of everybody. It's like, look, it's no disrespect to Terry, but this is just, it's a different level that I've taken this to. I'm looking forward to fighting this man Saturday night, but part of my heart breaks for what I'm going to have to do to him because I have to make an example of him so this doesn't happen again.
Terry, I'm just gonna let you react to all the stuff that just happened because I'm
glad you're allowing yourself visions of grandeur. I hope that keeps you going until Saturday when I knock you the fuck out. You're gonna remember who you are, real quick.
I mean, fooling me is one thing. You've made a living since 2014 and 2015 of fooling me. You have fooled me many times, and I keep going back. It's mine. I'm not the most worldly when it comes to your shenanigans. But fooling Terry Allen, if you happen to have fooled him, which you've talked about tonight, you fooled him, and now here we are, Saturday night in Shabance, the fight, the biggest fight of the year, possibly the biggest fight in SCW history. This is it. This is, I've watched you, Aaron Xavier, have some big matches in your career. I've seen you do spectacular things. We all remember you versus Justice Jones. We all remember that. Your legend and legacy is intact with me. I've been there for a lot of it. But Saturday night, you're not stepping in the ring with Justice Jones. Nope. You're not stepping in the ring with Miles Mercer. You're not stepping in the ring with Hunter Payne. You are stepping in the ring with God. And I hope you pray.
Don't put that on me. But I will take the Windy City King of the Jungle.
You can put that on me because I've actually told that to SCW. When it comes to SCW, I am God. So put that on me. I will, since Terry's shoulders are too weak to carry that burden, I'll pick it up and carry it. And look, I said
I'm gonna have to whoop your ass just for saying it. That's fucking something. You want to call yourself the devil? That's one thing. God, son, I'll beat the fuck out of you just for saying it.
It's like, look, I said it, and Terry can take it for however he wants. I'm a younger, better version of him. And I said it's fact-based. Let's just lay this out. Terry, Windy City Wrestling, you're a former lightweight champion, correct?
Yeah.
Former tag team champion, how many times?
Countless.
League champion?
Yep.
6-man tag champion?
Yep.
What accomplishment's missing there?
Depends on which ones you want to call.
You've never been the guy, and the guy is the heavyweight champion, which is what I am.
Wait a minute.
That would be the reverse. Windy City League champion is the guy.
But I seem to remember
reigning league
POW.
Champion.
He was the guy at POW, and that is something. I mean, that he had the belt in a case and behind him in his office. So I mean, your comparison there doesn't hold water at all. He's the guy. How are you going to beat the guy, Aaron Xavier?
I've already beaten the guy. I've already gotten ahead of him. He's already reacting to me. What happened? I made him look like a fool. I beat his number one challenger. He reacted to me and came out to the ring. He's not one step ahead. He's reacting to me, which is exactly where I want people to be, reacting to me. Name one part of this whole story here where he has been one step ahead. He has done nothing but react to me.
The great card players never show their hands.
But the greatest card players can show you their hands and they still won't believe you.
Let's shift for a moment and let's give Terry Allen the credit he deserves for
Absolutely
what can only be described as what might be the greatest Wrestletopia in SCW history. That is, I was going over the card before the show, and I'm looking at these matches. There is not one bathroom break this whole night.
It's a great lineup. It really is.
It's spectacular. So not only are you making the card of a lifetime, you're preparing to end the existence of an evil genius. I mean, do you ever sleep, Terry Allen?
If you know me well enough, you know it might be 2, it might be 3 hours a night. I don't sleep that much. There's too much to be done in a day. That being said, I really am looking forward to the rest of the matches that night. The call shot ladder match, I think it's going to be a banger. They had a great one last year. I know Aaron won it. They had a great one last year. I really think this one will pop it. Mulligan alone. I love Mulligan. I think that's going to be a great match. Miles versus Max. I have become a huge, huge supporter of Miles Mercer. I think he's an amazing wrestling talent. I think he doesn't get enough attention. Absolutely. I'll give credit where it's due. I think he's amazing. I don't think he gets enough credit. I'm hoping he gets some extra shine here, and I hope he comes out again a win against Max. I think it's going to be a great matchup. Big man versus Mercer is very much in a mold of Xavier. He really is. He could really mix all different styles. He really can, and I'm looking for that matchup. That has good potential to steal match of the night, and easy too, really easy. I'm a huge fan of his. We got some young guys coming up from Tennessee. This is gonna be a really fun card.
You're looking at the women's championship. Speaking of the ARC, Renee Van Peebles defending her title against Shauna Reed, who's coming in. That match has got a lot of heat and a lot of people talking.
Renee has been nothing short of amazing since she's got CW. Nothing short of amazing, and I'm taking nothing away from Shauna at all. I know we all could talk of her accomplishments, right? She's been great, but I really expect Renee to pull out all the stops. I really do. She has been great in SCW. And I think that's going to be the best women's match SCW's seen in a long, long time. And I'm taking nothing away from anyone, but that's what I'm expecting.
Like, look, once again, me and Terry are so much alike. I'm a huge fan of Miles Mercer. Everyone knows my history with that dude. And me and Terry see the same. Terry sees the same thing in Miles that I did 7-8 years ago. It's like that he was, and me and Red said it publicly at SCW. When we were looking for the next dude, who'd we pick? It was Miles. We knew what Miles was years ago, what he could be. And the fact that, you say he's, sort of like in the mold of me, it just speaks to where he came from. It's like, me and Red put this same thing into him, which was an influence of Terry Allen. Of course, Terry likes somebody who reminds him of himself. And then with Renee, guess what Renee was? Red, help him out. What was Renee?
No, she was nobody really. She was.
Hey, where's she from?
She's one of us.
Look, Renee has done a lot of good stuff. I think her and Shauna is going to be a great match. It shouldn't have been her and Shauna because Natasha Crane decided to, weeble wobble her butt back out to the ring and take Angel's win from her. But it is what it is. It should be Angel in that match taking the heavyweight title from Renee. But it's going to be a great match regardless.
Weeble wobble. That's the respect.
Did you see her? Did you see her dragging her leg out there? She weeble wobbled.
That woman has fought through injuries that would stop you.
What, a knee injury? You act like I didn't come back from bulged discs in my neck and all that other stuff.
I'm not.
But yeah, you're right. You're right. A knee injury would stop me. You're
broken wrist, knee injury, leg injury. She defended that title religiously, even with all of these things going wrong.
Okay.
You better stop weeble wobble. You better put some
called being a wrestler. If you can walk, you wrestle.
And she has. Angel, how does she prepare? I feel like Natasha Crane is going to win that match in a walk.
I don't think that's what happens in that match.
No,
I think.
Thank you.
Listen. If there's the one thing I do, it's call it honestly. Whether people like it or not is a whole different thing. The one thing I do is call it honestly. I don't think that Natasha Crane has the pieces to come out ahead in that match. I think they know each other super well. I think that she's very unorthodox. She absolutely can beat Angel, but I'm looking at the entirety of the night. I'm looking at all the pieces because, look, it is still a chess match. You still got to look at all the pieces, and I don't think it happens.
I'm going with the Jimmy McGinty theory that she has miles and miles of heart, and that will take her where she needs to go. Speaking of Aaron Xavier and his buddies, the tag team championship match seems like this has been destined for a long, long time as Dysfunction takes on the Titans of Destruction. That is a match that I am looking forward to seeing. Terry, take us through your mindset in making this match.
Dysfunction has tons of experience, right? They've only gotten stronger aligning themselves with Aaron and Angel. The kids, Titans of Destruction, they have tons of heart. They have tons of size, right? They rose the top real. Once they were put together and Coach was behind them, they went right to the top really fast. But they've been exposed. They've been exposed the past couple times. They've been learning along the way of, hey, this is how the game is played, right? And I know that there was a period of time when VJ Price and El Dorado, they're going at it, right? VJ tried to learn those tricks then, and now they're being used on the other side. My goal in this matchup, that's a lovely painting there. My goal in this match was giving the kids an opportunity to regain. I mean, Dysfunction has used the rules to their advantage, which is what champions do. This is a no DQ, no count out matchup. Some of those rules are now wiped off the table. It's an opportunity for the kids to actually show if they can fight through it or not. They deserve the opportunity. Will they fight through?
I'm very excited. I have watched the Titans of Destruction come from the beginning to now, and I feel like it's their time. However,
listen,
I was just going to say there aren't many tag teams better than Dysfunction right now. I was going to give the devil their due.
Listen, it's Dysfunction is hitting on all strides. Let's be honest, and I've said it before. When me and John Hudson were in the midst of the most dominant run any tag team at SCW has ever put forth, there was one team that ever beat us. Just one. Guess who it was, Steve? It was Dysfunction.
Seem to remember that.
Do you remember the whole reason why I came back to SCW? It was because of the disrespect these people were showing to John Hudson. And over time, they started showing that same disrespect to Dysfunction, which made it very easy for our business interests to align. And now you put the best tag team with the most brilliant mind SCW's ever seen together. Look, I like BJ Price. I like El Dorado. This is going to be the easiest match to call of the night. You're getting rid of all the rules for a group for a team like Dysfunction, who, oh, by the way, also have Aaron Xavier and Angel at their disposal. They should have ran as far away from this as possible.
That is something to think about, indeed. A lot of people have been talking on social media today about the Nick Huffman Battle Royal and its significance to SCW and the sport of pro wrestling. What does this mean to you, Terry Allen?
Well, it's a way to honor somebody who's a local hero, right? Nick did a lot of good things in the larger Kankakee community. Former pro wrestler. I'm excited to see who comes out on top of that. I mean, last year, I know it was he's changed his name a couple times.
Eric Berserker Odin.
I mean, he's Berserker. He's Odinson this year, but
Bane X, was he Bane X last year?
He was Bane X at the time.
Bane X last year. Thank you. Who was a friend of Nick, and that was one of those touching moments, right? Wrestling gets to convey real life touching stories too, and continuing on with the history of the second battle royal. That's what I expect to see. I expect to see a bunch of people putting in a bunch of heart, a bunch of fighting for that Nick Huffman Battle Royal Championship. It's a one-time a year thing, but I definitely think it's an honor that's well deserved. And I think there's a lot of guys who are really excited to be part of it. And that's gonna be a good battle royal. It's gonna be a fun battle. I'm not even a huge fan of battle royals. I'm really not. But that's gonna be a fun one. It really is. I mean, I think a lot of people love battle royals. I'm just not one of them.
But it's
my thought on this whole thing is, look, I never met Nick. I never met him. I like what they're doing with this. I've heard the stories about him. But as for who's going to win, it's simple. It's providing no member of Sabotage decides to get into the match, which if they do, they're the prohibitive favorite. It just is what it is. It's got to be Hunter Payne. As much as I hate that big jolly green giant looking mofo, it's got to be Hunter Payne. Who's in that battle royal that's going to throw his big ass out?
Well, you got Hunter, right? You got VJ, you got El Dorado. I think Max is going to be a part of it. You got some big bodies in there, but I'm not disagreeing with that assessment. My money, I don't know who will win it, but I would put my money on Hunter.
Maybe just to prove a point, I'll tell Angel she's going to do the battle royal so she can win too.
I'll have Erica get in there.
Man, let's get the queen or the vice president.
I keep hearing these whispers of Erica getting in the ring, yet I never see it. Interesting.
So disrespectful. Let's talk about the match that it's one of these matches that has been built over a period of time, given the SCW Power War. You've got Team Spade versus Team Payne. And you've got Hunter and Marco and Jimmy Blaze on one team after everything they went through, body bag matches, invasions, etc. And then you have Spade, Kazayo, and their partner. How did you come up with a Molotov cocktail of a match like this? I mean, we've got championship matches, we've got battle royals, we've got called shot ladder matches, and then there's this match that is as combustible as anything that's been at SCW in the last 5 years.
Again, so this match it's been happening for 2 years in essence, right? Scott Spade started this a few Wrestletopias ago. Scott Spade, myself, Aaron Xavier, we all left the ring when at the end of Wrestle Rage 20, these guys decided to shake hands. Scott Spade is not giving up the fight. Scott Spade is not. I love the passion. He's been like, no, forget it. I'm keeping up this fight. I didn't think he'd find a third partner, but he went with Logan Steele, which is a big dude. I mean, we could talk about him in the in the Battle Royal too. It's another huge guy, right? But I think I would like to see the hatred of these guys take each other out. I mean, everybody knows I don't have a whole lot of love for Hunter. It's never going to be. Jimmy and Scott, I know really well. They've been my partners for a long time. Let them take each other out. Let them take each other out. Let that passion just run wild.
You listen, Terry's thought. Okay, so Rion Skills has joined me here at the Power Hour headquarters,
Right.
and he's the Ryan Matthews. When it gets shaken, it's a timeout. So now you have 2 left, but I find it bad timing to interrupt the president.
I know. My apologies have been very silent.
The way that big head was, the way it was folded, it looked like one of the Canadian characters from South Park. It had the line going all the way across the mouth.
Pretty much. That's why I'm.
That's fair. That's fair. What's your question?
Well, it's not so much for this. It's more so for, is it okay if I am able to go into the fridge?
Yes.
Okay.
Please tell
My
us.
apologies, Mr. I just wanted to make sure that it was okay.
We stopped the show to go into the fridge.
Please
Just
continue.
go in the fridge. Jesus Christ.
We really interrupted me and Terry to ask permission for a snack break.
I can't.
Feel free to cancel me. I'll be okay.
Jesus Christ.
Moving on.
We should have done Travis's show instead. That would have been way more professional.
I apologize for that. Yes, maybe Travis would have been the
I
person
don't
to
know
take
about
you
all
over.
that.
We've talked about this card, and it's an amazing card. All of the things that are happening, all of the different aspects, the different stories, and that's what they are. They're all great stories. But I will always circle back to the 2 of you. So now I want to hear some thoughts, some final parting opinions, epiphanies that you might have for each other, as we are just days away from you 2 standing in that squared circle, a place that you both call home or have called home, across from each other with bad intentions. What do you have to say to your opponent in this very important match? Groundbreaking, if you will. Aaron Xavier, we'll start with you. You are the champion.
Well, I don't know really what's left to say other than what's already been said. Is Terry, I respect what you've done. I respect who you are. But that guy is not the one everyone needs to be afraid of now, especially at SCW. SCW for the last year has been my domain, not yours, mine. Even though you're president, everything SCW runs through Aaron Xavier. This Saturday, this isn't, like we said, it isn't about the SCW championship. It's not. It's about your lack of respect for a better version of you. And Saturday night, you're going to pay for that. Saturday night, you're going to get beaten up for that. You're going to get bloodied for that. And after it's all over, when you get home and Erica cleans you up and you have to look in the mirror, I want you to remind yourself that the only one you have to blame for this is you.
Okay. That was very impassioned and certainly impressive. Mr. Allen, your response.
As you've gone through the night, what'd you say, Red?
Fuck them up. I mean, let's be honest. Take down the fucking picture with the belt and the cute little outfits and y'all going in there to beat the shit out of each other. I'm sticking around for the main event for nothing else to see 2 guys that I have so much respect for just beat the holy shit out of each other. And I mean, part of me is partial to Terry, not only because of what he means to me, but he represents the older folks of us. I'm sorry, so I wear it, he doesn't. I wear my age, he doesn't. So I'm like, yeah, and I'm gonna hold my AARP card up. high and proud shit, but I mean, I'm gonna let you speak, Terry, because I know you gotta go, you busy. But again, I'm not looking for a fucking match. And I think that's what Steve is like. Oh, he thinks this is, you guys are gonna come out and, typical lockup and headlock takeover. And no, two motherfuckers coming out swinging, trying to knock each other's head off. Terry has already said he trying to end it quick as possible. We already know the shenanigans that Aaron Xavier is capable of. So this is gonna be a fucking fight. Nothing
Listen,
more.
I am sick and tired of hearing about these damn shenanigans. I'm sick and tired. Look, no, Red, you're gonna let me talk now. I'm sick of everyone sitting there talking about these shenanigans. I'm sick and tired of it. Terry, this Saturday night, you ain't gotta worry about shenanigans. I'll guarantee you this: Sabotage will not be involved. I'll tell Dysfunction to stay to the back because I'm gonna kick your ass Saturday.
Man, just saying.
Again, I am happy that you can fool yourself with illusions of grandeur. Very few have been able to walk in and walk out after facing me. You are going to be no different. At the end of the night, you will be on your back. You will be prone, and by hook or by crook, I don't give a fuck. That's how it's going to be. Because you may call yourself the evil genius, but I'm still the dirtiest motherfucker out there. And if you really want me to get my mean streak on, there's nothing like it.
Terry, I want you to bring the meanest streak you still got left in that body, but I want you to promise me this, because I'll make you the same promise. After I beat you, I don't want to hear any excuses. I want you to stand up, I want you to shake my hand, and I want you to tell me that I'm a better version of you.
Considering that you'll be on your back, absolutely prone, we're not going to have that problem. That's a guarantee.
So this Saturday night, Shabance, Illinois, it is time to get it on. Wrestletopia is happening. Tickets still available. You have to make this drive. You have to see this event. And
I know a lot of people think Shabance is far, but it's not. It's a little bit past Kankakee. It's a great wrestling building. It is a great wrestling building. If you're a wrestling fan, it is an amazing wrestling building. You should go there.
And that's the thing.
Absolutely.
You're right. It's historic. So much history has happened in that building. Plus, you have Mama Payne's kitchen that makes some of the best walking tacos in the biz. So there's a lot to do at Wrestletopia. The food, the merch, the spectacle, the splendor. It's right down 57. It's an easy drive. It's the easiest drive you're going to make it this season. But more than that, to have two men that have done so many things similarly in this business to be going at each other one-on-one. And Red said, I'm expecting arm bars and lockups and things. I'm not expecting that. That's not what this is about. That's not what is even going to happen. That's the only way Aaron Xavier wins this match, is if it's a wrestling match. Because
Steve just admitted I'm a better wrestler than Terry Allen.
I did not say that.
Win is it's a wrestling match.
That's the only way you have a chance. Because if Terry Allen walks into the ring and wants to fight you, you will lose. It's a foregone conclusion. I know
you're spitting facts, brother. You're just spitting facts.
It's not, you're not going to be there running the high knee, man. You're going to be there taking fist after fist. And I saw a great picture online of you getting cold cocked.
And that's fine. And that was in a situation that didn't mean anything. It's like, it was the same thing Creed thought. Oh, I've beaten Aaron Xavier before, but the fact remains, when the lights are the brightest and the stakes are at their brightest, nobody outworks Aaron Xavier.
Except Terry Allen.
Amen.
Put your money up if you want to lose it.
Absolutely.
This match has all the trimmings and makings of an absolute classic. This Saturday night, Shabance, one of the most violent spectacles SCW has ever seen, happens live, and you can be there to see it. Aaron Xavier and Terry Allen, we cannot thank you enough for coming on this show tonight and speaking your minds about what's going to happen this Saturday, because we know after what happens this Saturday, one of you won't be speaking for a while. And that's what makes this match so goddamn impressive. And now I want to hold, before they go, before we let the purveyors of violence off the hook tonight, Red, you've been aloof this evening in some ways. I want your pick while they're here. I want you to tell me who wins this match.
Just gonna throw me under the bus like.
Who wins the match? The Windy City Assassin or the Evil Genius? I know it's ARC versus everyone, but you got to have some common sense here, brother. Yes, get a drink. We don't want you to charge for this rebuttal.
I'm picking the Fans.
You coward! You goddamn coward! You pick a winner. You don't pick the Fans.
And I just told you the winner. The Fans are the winner.
What has happened to you? What has happened to you?
I almost died, Sunday, motherfucker. Shit. So, the Fans. I'm rethinking life.
Yeah, you better rethink something.
I don't hear you picking.
Just did.
He's gonna pick Terry. We all know he's gonna pick Terry.
I'm picking Terry because you've finally written a check that your ass can't cash.
But Steve, how many guests have you told that to? And then
how many times has he told me that?
I'm just saying, he said it so many times, and then he's proven wrong. And then the next week he doesn't say anything about it. He tries to just sweep it under the rug and let's move on. Let's not talk about it. You know. So I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
When Terry comes to the ring with
how confident are you that Terry Allen beats me Saturday night?
Supremely confident.
You want to put a little wager on this?
What did you have in mind?
If Terry Allen beats me, I will come back on your show, but I will do your show in a bikini. If I beat Terry, you have to show up next week on your show in the same outfit.
No, because we'll get canceled, right? I'm not wearing no goddamn.
Oh, of course.
If you want to put a wager out there that means something, then we can.
Trust me. Getting your show canceled means more than me than you would ever know.
Aaron, you have no shame. So what kind of bet is that, really? After I beat your ass and you're in a fucking bikini, what do you care? You have no shame. How about you guys put some money on it?
I got five on it.
I
bet him his payday, but he'd rather go up to Wisconsin than come to SCW.
I'll tell you what. I'll wager this.
And I'll be there.
If you find a way to beat the chairman, I will come back to SCW. I will stand in that ring and I will get down on my knees and I will yield to your greatness.
So you're going to come into the ring and you're going to kneel to the crown.
You win. You beat this man, which there isn't a chance in hell that you are going to do. I will walk my fat ass to that ring with you in it. I will kneel before you and I will give you the respect you think you deserve. But I'm going to tell you this. When that fist goes up and it crosses your jaw and you see stars, I will be somewhere laughing at your ass.
You're on, Steve. But one more request: when you come back from Wisconsin to kneel before me, make sure you bring my gear with me.
Mr. Allen, I apologize for some of the things that have been said here tonight. I feel like it doesn't necessarily represent what we try to do on this show. I believe you've earned more respect in your career than you've received tonight. I wish you luck Saturday night, and just know that wherever I am, I will be on your side, and I will be hoping that you eradicate SCW of this problem.
I appreciate you having me on, man. I really do. Come Saturday, you don't got to worry about having to kiss anybody's ass or kneel anywhere. So again, thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the icon known as Terry Allen. Mr. President, you have been fantastic, and we appreciate you. And Eric Xavier, you're a great champion. You've been I don't even want to say it, a mentor of sorts for me over the years. And, if you weren't such a dick, I'd appreciate you more.
Well, me being such a dick is what usually people appreciate.
Gentlemen, I wish you both luck. I wish you good health. And at Wrestletopia, I believe you guys will stop the show. This is the match of the night. This is the match of the year. This is why Wrestletopia is the greatest show on earth. Your obligations are done here, gentlemen. You may log off, and we're going to talk about you while you're gone.
Terry, thank you. That was fun, man.
Not as much fun as him knocking your ass out on Saturday.
Hey, I should have brought it up. It's like, with the work punch being such a lost art, this could have literally just been built of, hey, a battle of the two.
Hey, we're still live, Eric Xavier. We're still fucking live here, bro.
Stop.
We still got shit to do.
Stop.
Where's the goddamn Ryan Matthews head?
Hey, so while we still here,
all right,
we probably won't ever get Terry again. No, I'm just saying he's busy and he really doesn't.
You're right. You're right, because after Saturday night he's going to be unavailable.
Hey, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Anytime Terry Allen wants to speak on a show, we will do whatever we need to do to bring him back. So Terry Allen doesn't need to worry about that.
Shut up. I'm not saying. So Terry, normally Steve, he's so busy fooling himself tonight. So I'm going to give you my roses. I've given Aaron plenty of roses before. I'm going to give you yours now. You're about to find out. So, many, many years ago in a galaxy far, far away, my ex-wife came running in the house and saying, there are wrestlers around the corner. And I was like, oh, shit. You mean Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart? And who the fuck are you talking about? Let me get the fuck dressed, grab the kids, let's go. And then as I'm driving 2 blocks away, I'm thinking, why the fuck would Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels be at a bank? No,
you didn't immediately think, why the fuck am I driving when it's only 2 blocks away?
When you got 3 small children, and now
it's more. When you got 3 small children, it's more work to get their asses in the car seat than it is just to walk.
Who use car seats? Yeah. I pull up, got there, and who did I meet? Sam DeCero, Steve Boz, Mike Anthony, and none other than Tenacious Terry. And I looked at you, and you were dressed so nicely, holding that lightweight title. And you told me, hey man, you could do this too. Just come on down. Uh, after y'all handed me that pamphlet and I saw how much, no thank you. I appreciate it, but no thank you.
So you're telling me that Terry Allen is responsible for unleashing C-Red and Aaron Xavier on the world? Because if it wasn't for Terry, me and you wouldn't have been together then. So
Well,
Steve,
yeah,
ultimately you should be hating Terry for everything that me and Red have put you through over the years.
yeah. I mean, if you want to play connect the dots. Then Terry, there came the infamous Battle of the Belts, Rob Van Dam match.
I watched that match
And
the other day.
I watched you hang with what some would call one of the best high flyers ever. And I knew at that point I wanted to do this. I was tired of being the fan. I was tired of sitting in the seats. I had been to the shows. Again, I told you I was there the night you changed, and you were no longer this clean cut guy. You told everybody in the world to suck it before everybody else was. You, Brandon Bishop, Steve Boz, and Mike Anthony. And you changed my life. Then I got to know you as a man. And not only as a man, but as a brother. And you know what I'm talking about. And you have been there for me, good times and bad. And I publicly want to say thank you. I know how my journey started. And I know who's responsible for this wonderful trip I have been on for 20 years. And yes, it is coming to an end. I am happy it's coming to an end because I get to walk away on my terms. But at the same time, if there was no Terry Allen in that parking lot that day, I don't know if I'll be sitting in this chair today. I don't know if all of this C-Red stuff would even exist. You are a wonderful human being, a brother I love to the end of the earth. And I thank you for everything you have done for me and for mine. I appreciate you and I love you, bro.
I love you too, Red, very much. And we would be a whole lot worse without you. The scene couldn't be the same without you, and I'm glad you I'm glad you listened to me back then. It may have taken a couple years. I'm glad you listened to me. I'm glad that you've made the impact that you have, and I love you and your family. So thank you.
Like Red, for everything you've contributed over the years. It's like I met you later in my career. I mean, and it's crazy to think about later in my career was still almost 10 years ago. But it's, it's the stuff that you've done for all the younger and newer talent. It's like with the ARC, the whole idea behind that was to get some guys that didn't get a chance. And I brought, me and you talked when we put the group together, and now I wanted you to be that mentor to those guys. And you took, I was talking about at CTW, you've taken that to a different level. It's like people like Miles and Renee, you kept that mentor role to those guys far after, what the actual commitment was. And, that is what I'm grateful for, is you always being willing to take that knowledge that you learn from guys like Terry, myself and whoever, and not look down on these young guys, but try to pass that on to them. And it really shows because, Terry said it himself, we're both huge fans of Mercer. And that dude does not exist without C-Red. It just doesn't.
Well, I thank you. Again, both of you gentlemen um, showed me a different path, not to be that pissed off guy that thinks he knows it all and doesn't want to share it with the guys that are behind him. I'm a firm believer if we don't reach back and pull up the people that are coming up behind us, we together can never go forward. And I was taught that from everybody that ever put anything into me. Again, Terry was there in the beginning, and Aaron, you were there when I was ready to quit. And it wasn't, oh, okay, it's not like it is now, where, okay, my body is saying it's time to go, where other obligations are saying it's time to go. No, I was done. I hated everybody. I hated going to shows. I hated packing a bag, something that I used to look forward to, like, yeah, I got a show this week. I like, damn, I don't even want to do this, and you gave me that new life, and it was like, all right, I can do this one more time. I'm gonna try. We gonna see where it leads. And we've had much success, from that point forward. But again, if it wasn't for guys, Terry and Mike and, Steve, and yeah, I call him Baltazar. Hell with that damn Hunt Payne shit. Baltazar, Austin Roberts, even the Psych Man, the list goes on. People poured into me when they did not have to, and when I started to make a name for myself, it wasn't on anything that I had done. I had surrounded myself with beautiful people, Marche, Jazz, Willie, and just everybody poured and shit. Then I became the teacher, what I am in real life. And, I don't want the young generation to just call it for what it is, fuck up, you can kill yourself in this business quick, fast, in a hurry. And some of them listen, some of them don't, but I take pride in the ones that do take time to listen, because I don't want them to have to experience the same things. And also I want them to be real about this. Everybody ain't gonna be on TV on Monday and Fridays. Everybody ain't gonna be on TV on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays. You can let that dream go. Now, if that's really what you want to do, then you better put the work in. But don't say that's where you want to be, and you at McDonald's and Burger King every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Nah, that ain't showing me that. Both of you guys have shown me and have pissed me off that you guys look great. We're in the locker room and I see you guys, and Terry comes in and he's all slim and trim in his suit, and Aaron, and you get dressed, and I'm like, I gotta change my life. I really do. I can't look good in the suit. I can't look good in tights. Damn it, what's wrong with me? But again, thank you to both of you gentlemen. I'm never gonna say it's goodbye. It's
always see you later.
Gonna be see you later. Marche taught me to say I'm on sabbatical, so I'll be on sabbatical.
And I still love that story to this day.
Wrestlers never retire. Just ask Terry Funk. He had like 14 retirements.
So, but yeah.
Well, since you're getting all nostalgic and all, I was going to wait a month or so before I revealed this date, but since you're all feeling nostalgic and we got the chairman here and we've got the genius here, I'm going to invite you both back on December 19th, because that is the season finale of the Power Hour. And we will have our first and perhaps only C-Red Appreciation Night.
Can we turn that into
Yes.
the roast? Can we turn it into the roast of C-Red?
I am in talks with Rabid Brewing. We are going to try to do something live, and it will be pretty spectacular. So mark the dates, because I would love to have you both on to say a few nice words about this man, considering he just hijacked your show.
It's like, count me in. Anything for Red knows this, and I've told him this, in private conversations. Anytime he needs me, all he's got to do is reach out. I'm here for him. It's like, I just want to tell a quick story. I'm not trying to drag this on. It's like, I remember
It's your dime, brother. Tell me any story you want.
I remember reaching out to C-Red with the idea of the ARC when I was still booking CCW. And I pitched him the idea, and he had told me, I'm starting to wind down this, that, and the other. And I got him on board by saying, look, I'm stepping away here in like 4 or 5 months. If you're not having fun, you can step away with me. So I put the group together. We do the thing. And sure enough, here we are 9 years later or 8 years later, and he's still running with the same group of guys that he was like, I'll commit to 4 or 5 months while we do this story.
Yeah. And they've become the bane of my existence, but I love them.
It was really great having you guys on this show tonight. It really means a lot to do something like this, especially before an event like Wrestletopia. Terry Allen has taught us what respect is supposed to mean. And I feel like in wrestling today, that is something that isn't worked on enough. I feel like not the respect that's out there now in this business, from place to place that I go, would not fly in certain avenues that Terry employs. And I appreciate the professionalism that you've taught and the respect that you've taught. You've talked and I've listened, and you have given me information that has made my existence much better. So I'll always be grateful for that. And then Aaron Xavier, you've taught me many things about timing, about how things should be said and when they should be said. And I'm grateful for that as always. You two influence people. You are influencers. And I think that's what makes this match so incredibly interesting, because there's not one person in the locker room, in many places, that haven't been touched by your fingers of your experience at some point. And when you have two people that have such wide range of influence locking up in a one-on-one contest that's not even a wrestling match so much as a fight, everybody's going to be watching this. People from everywhere are going to be watching this. I can't oversell or understate this enough. This is a generational battle. This is why we do this. Every once in a while, you get a contest like this that comes along to wake you up, to make you understand what this business means, what it should mean, how it should be done. And you guys are going to light a fire in Shabance that I think we're going to see for years to come. And I'm just happy you guys had one final conversation tonight before whatever happens Saturday night, because the playing field changes regardless of outcome. Things will not be the same afterwards. And that's what makes this the match of the night, the big fight. This is it. The boss versus the champ, 1-on-1. No titles, just a fight. Who's the guy? We find out Saturday night. Gentlemen, it's been a privilege. It's been a pleasure. We thank you. We salute you. We wish you both good health. But somehow I feel like one of you is not walking away as healthy as the other. And that's why we go to this show. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
It is my pleasure. This is the point in the show where C-Red and I go on and we talk about what we've done this weekend, what we're doing in the upcoming weekend. So if you guys would like to log off, I will tag you later when we are finished. But again, it is my honor to have been able to host this and to have you on this show. I'll never forget it. So thank you.
Thank you.
Not a problem, Steve. Terry, good luck Saturday. You're going to need it, bud.
See, Red.
Yeah.
God damn it.
What?
I tell you to come in. I set you up to come in one time to represent all of Windy City. And you made me look like a goddamn fool.
You acting like this is supposed to be Windy City versus Aaron Xavier on a person. No, no. The fans are really the winners. So
Right.
I mean,
but I did, listen, as much as I'm pissed that you fucked me when I laid it up for you to be Windy City guy, which you are every other fucking show but this one.
I'm still Windy City.
But
I'm Windy City born
the
and
roses
bred.
were very impressive. So I appreciate that.
No problem.
All right, so let's go quickly down this card and get our picks. I shouldn't even go down this road because I know how you're going to react. Renee Van Peebles defending the title against Shauna Reed.
You already know. RVP.
Yeah, I already know. It is really hard for me to think Shauna Reed is not going to come in and defeat Renee Van Peebles, but she has been so impressive of late. And I just saw her on Sunday doing amazing things. So as much as I think Shauna Reed is fantastic, this is Renee Van Peebles. This is RVP's home court. C Red's going to be in her corner. It's all about the ARC. Renee Van Peebles gets the win. We have a match. Terry was talking about visiting talent. We have homegrown Apex, an MMA aficionado, a fighter, if you will, taking on the debuting Goth Knight. I don't know anything about Goth Knight, but he looks like he can fight. But I don't know if he can fight a former MMA participant. So I've seen Apex fight. Tough son of a bitch. I'm going with Apex.
I'm going with Apex just for the simple fact anybody that wears something like that on their head calls themselves the Goth Knight, whatever.
You were wearing the same fucking thing over the weekend. You look like a goddamn checker.
No. I was.
Miles was in the black. You were in the red. I thought you guys were going to play checkers before you tormented Marche Rocket.
No, that is an ethnic headpiece, sir.
I know what it is.
So
it looked like he was playing checkers.
What he got on don't look like. So I'm going with Apex.
I get you. The tag team championship match. Aaron Xavier, Sabotage, Dysfunction. You have seen them if you have watched the Netflix special Wrestlers, because they are big OVW guys. They are fighting the Titans of Destruction. If it was any other venue other than Shabant's, I would say Dysfunction wins in a walk. But Shabant's is Titan country. Shabant's is where they've won championships. So I'm taking the Titans of Destruction.
Nah. Dysfunction.
In other action, we have another debut against a very established star. Tavon Jordan taking on JPH. Now, again, much like Goth Knight, I don't know Tavon Jordan, but he is a very good-looking athlete as far as I could tell. He looks big. He looks cut. He looks like he could fight. And I think JPH is a piece of, well, I won't even say it. But I've also been hit by JPH, so I know JPH hits hard.
Okay, well, I'm going with JPH for the simple fact, if you haven't been paying close attention to the local scene lately, JPH has rejuvenated himself. I don't know what he did, but he's around all of the territory, kicking everybody's ass. So I don't expect this Saturday to be any different. Uh, you know, his opponent has to come in and like be super spectacular in order for him to defeat JPH. But I'm going with JPH.
I will also go with JPH because I have seen the business end of his fury, and it is impressive. We have Team Spade versus Team Pain, and all I'm going to say in picking this match are three simple words, or I'm not four simple words. That's my fault. It's the whiskey talking. Hunter's gonna kill ya. Team Pain beats Team Spade. And Spade don't like me. So I will lose no sleep over this one. Because I don't pull for people that don't like me personally.
Unfortunately, I'm going with Team Spade.
Because you're a villain at heart.
I'm not a villain at heart. First of all, Kazal is the loose cannon in this whole match. See, I don't care. Kazal will think about it. Him and Koa dove off the thing and threw a tape, right?
Yes.
Again, what if that's Marco Anthony?
Yeah. And Logan Steele is a big dude. So I get why you're saying what you're saying, but there's
you have to look at the pieces. Okay, Logan and Hunter, okay, they can beat the shit out of each other, right? Okay, Kazal and Marco Anthony, again, I'm going with Kazal because he's unorthodox. But then you've got Spade and Jimmy Blaze, right? Jimmy Blaze, they know each other, they've worked together, they've been together. But I'm not taking anything away from Jimmy. But guess what? Scott's got a little step on him quicker than Jimmy, right?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
You don't think that this is some kind of POW aftermath ploy?
And that's what you have again.
I mean, Jimmy's been very popular with the SCW crowd. I mean, he has been a great dude ever since Hunter and him made peace. But we know that loyalties can shift in a hot minute.
And see, you said it better than I said it. Again, let's not sit here and Jimmy still owns POW.
And those are three POW guys on Team Spade.
So you got one team, all POW, right?
Yep.
And on the other side, yeah, Elite Pain has worked for POW.
But Hunter put him in a body bag.
But they're not POW guys.
Yeah.
And Jimmy has even been on here and he's POW to the end, right?
The end.
I mean, again, I understand, these men all got issues that they want to settle. But again, at the end of the night, you know me, I'm all about shenanigans.
They're shenanigans. Speaking of shenanigans, let's move on to the Genesis Championship match.
You already know.
The Genesis champion, Miles Silky Mercer, with the AFC, with C-Red in his corner, taking Max Holiday.
What about it?
I'm sorry that you guys are going to lose that match.
We're not losing that match.
Max Holiday is going to kick the face off Miles Mercer.
That's the night Sue goes and dies.
Do it. You bite your tongue right now. Sue.
I've said it before and I say it again. Sue dies Saturday.
Look, Miles, I have said it on this show many times, is one of the best kept secrets in professional wrestling. He has the capability to fight anywhere versus anybody at any time. He's fantastic. And I've been a Miles Mercer guy for years. Don't tell Miles that, because Miles and I have issues. But Miles is an epic talent. He's a once-in-a-lifetime kind of talent. But you're fighting Max Holiday. You're fighting a man that he just doesn't match up well against Max Holiday.
But that's what Miles does. You don't have to match up. See, again, you're missing the point. Miles doesn't have to beat Max. Max has to beat Miles.
And Max beats everyone.
Not everyone.
I'm picking Max Holiday as your new Genesis champion.
Well, you pick him, but that don't mean it's gonna be.
You're picking Max too, right?
No. You've been drinking too much whiskey. You think I'm picking Max?
Maybe. We've got Angel versus Natasha Crane.
Angel.
Natasha Crane really cost Angel pretty dearly. She is not in that championship match. They said it themselves.
Right. So do you not think Angel is going to take the wrath of the heavens and gods and rain it out on Natasha Crane? Because Angel feels she shouldn't be in this match. She should be in the championship match. She's gonna take it out.
My respect and appreciation for Angel go all the way back to PCW in 2014. I respect her. I find her to be one of the most talented humans I've ever met in this business. And she can bring down Hellfire. But when you bring Hellfire down on a monster, sometimes that monster spits Hellfire right back at you. And Natasha Crane will have the entire energy of everybody in that building. And Natasha Crane, when filled with fan energy, is almost unstoppable.
Well, again, if this was anybody else, I probably give it to Natasha.
If it's a fair fight and there are no shenanigans, Natasha Crane wins this match. But we know where Angel runs. We know who Angel runs with. And I imagine it probably is not going to be a fair fight. So as much as I hate to say it, I have to believe Angel wins this match one way or another. But I'll tell you what, you'll have to kill Natasha to beat her. That's how.
Very true. Very true. I'll give you that.
The Nick Huffman Battle Royal is going to be a spectacle. We don't know everybody that's in it. There are some people advertised in it on the poster.
I'm winning it. Just spoiler alert, I'm winning it.
If I was going to be in Shabazz that night, I would have asked to be in it. Because anytime you're in a battle royal, I want to be right there. Because it was the greatest American hero versus Captain America that won Battle Royal.
Yeah, I mean, again, that is the one thing about
my eye still hurts from when you poked me in it.
Hey, it was every man for themselves, Steve. It was all business. Again, Nino Brown taught me it's always business.
It's always business.
Personally.
I don't necessarily. I mean, whoever wins the Battle Royal, the fans will be the ones that win that night. I just hope it's not Warren C. Freiberg, because that guy's a piece of shit.
Well, I agree. So,
and then what might be the only match that could rival Allen versus Xavier, the called shot ladder match. Mulligan, Eric Schultz, Benny Vargas, the sharpshooter, James Creed, and your boy.
Hey, Jizzle, baby.
Who you got?
A to the C to the I to the D to the Z. That's the jizzazz.
That's the jizzazz. That is certainly a combustible scenario. I don't know how I feel about Mulligan having access to ladders. I certainly don't know how I feel about Jazz being in this match.
I do. I love it.
I feel like
wait to see Schultz go through a ladder. You know?
I feel like Schultz could end up dying in this match. And then Benny Vargas, entertaining as he is out of his depth here. Although, you know what? He's like a cockroach. You try to stamp him out and he comes back stronger. I have to believe the sharpshooter gets the win here. Because he is the one that kind of specializes in these matches. We saw him versus Hudson. We've seen him versus We've seen him in these matches before, and these are the matches where he elevates his game and is almost unbeatable.
But you got to remember, and as much as I love Creed, remember, he's still coming off an injury. And in this type of match, you're going to get hurt. So if your knee and leg has already, you're just coming back only a few months. What happens if you take a ladder to the knee? What happens if you fall off the wrong way of that ladder? Don't act like it doesn't happen. It happens. I'm just saying, I understand. I normally, first of all, if Jazz wasn't in the match again, then I probably pick Creed. But Jazz is in the match, so again, I'm sticking with Jazz. But again, I understand your point about Creed, but I'm just saying, if somebody takes a chance, starts working over that leg, am I really supposed to believe he's able to climb that ladder?
I guess
we just saw a ladder match, Steve, where somebody's leg almost got separated from their body.
There was blood. There was a lot of blood in that match, but that's we'll see what happens on Saturday. And then, of course, the match we've been talking about all night, Allen versus Xavier. All right, they're gone. You said the fans win. I don't want that answer right now. Both of these men intimately.
Yes, I do.
Both of them have meant a lot to you, as you said in the Roses. Who wins this fight?
I do. I get to sit there and watch it. I get to sit there and just bask in.
So you're not going to pick a winner.
Hell no.
Tell me why.
For what? See, Steve, you're going to pick a winner, and guess what? You're not even going to be there.
It's true.
You're not even going to be there. So, again, guess what? Your bet with Xavier, you have to wait a whole month if you lose that bet, right?
Oh, I'm not losing that bet. There's no way.
But again, so just by chance, if you lose it, again, you have to wait a whole month. You don't have to have Xavier come over wherever you are and say, hey, I told you, right?
Right.
You're not even going to be in the building.
Does that make you the smartest guy in the room?
Damn right.
All right, where you go. So that's Wrestletopia, SCW and Shabance this Saturday night. You want to be there, so go there and from pillar to post. That show is going to rock hard. This past weekend was C-Red's weekend. C-Red was everywhere, and I got to watch C-Red be everywhere.
Clearly, you was there too.
C-Red.
What?
What have you done?
About what?
What you said to Marche Rocket.
Okay, I said it.
Match.
Okay, I said it.
You can't possibly mean it.
All right, here's the thing, man. Sometimes you say shit to get a reaction, right?
Yeah.
So I got a reaction. Did he not accept the match?
He did accept the match.
Even though the damn
owner versus Marche Rocket.
Even though the damn owner tried to come in and interject his little 2 cents, it wasn't about him. It was about Marche. Again, I wanted the reaction out of Marche. Don't you think now Marche has to, whether he I'm sure he's going to stand behind what he said. I'm sure he's going to try to go out there and put up the good fight. But again, if you watched our interview with John Bullard, we counted at least there's 10 members of the ARC I can call. Hell, one just hung up. Again.
Yeah, you call that concrete fist guy.
Again, it's not about me. It's about taking something away from him that he loves dearly.
But you don't think Marche Rocket could call some people?
Really? Tamarville. Come on.
You basically threw the soul touches unrestrained. You said it was
Hey,
all you. I wonder what Jazz and Willie and Trauma would think about that shit.
hey, first of all, let's be honest. Who's the one that got flights? Who's the ones that got the hotels? Who's the one that got the rental cars? Well, Jazz, you got it one time. But again, who was it? It was me. It was me. It was me. Who was the one that took care of all that booking and all of that, so we can get all of that exposure? That was me. That was me. When we got invited to Europe, who was ready? Me. Not them. So me.
My greatest regret of November 11th, when CTW presents Crash Givings, is the fact
Again, you won't
I
be
will
there.
be there to watch Marche Rocket end his career and me be able to go to you and try to pick up the pieces, because I would have tried to help you, man. It's too soon to go away, and you could have stopped this. But I'll be there to pick up the pieces the following Tuesday, man. If I wasn't marrying my good friend Ryan and his lovely wife Ashley, if I wasn't an officiant in a wedding, I would be there.
Hey, first of all, hey man,
pick up the pieces of the urban sensation.
Hey, do what you got to do, man. Love is beautiful, man. But I ain't worried about it.
We have an audience with the big man that night. I'll put in a few good words for you.
Hey, I appreciate it. I need all of those. Again, and here's the thing. This is why, and nobody's looked at this. I have nothing to lose, Steve.
Which makes
I'm not going. Thank you. I have nothing to lose. If I win, which we will, guess what? Marche no longer ever gets a title shot, right?
Robbed him of something that he desires most.
And if I lose, guess what? 20 years. It's not like I'm 2 years in the business and I'm starting out and I'm just making a name for myself. No. 20 years. I have nothing to be ashamed of. Nothing. So it's a win-win for me. But guess what? It's going to be a win because I'm not going to lose. You love to talk about shenanigans. Trust me. You should be happy you won't be there because there's going to be a whole lot of shit.
You know what cuts through shenanigans pretty effectively?
What does?
Motherfucking M80.
he gotta get it first.
I think he's gonna get it first. I think he's gonna get it second. I think he might hit it 10 times on 10 different people.
This face too pretty. This face is too pretty.
You could put a sign on the door that says C-Red Family ARC Family Picnic, and he'll drop everyone with an M80.
First of all, he can't, because he can't catch it.
Renee's gonna get dropped with an M80.
He can't catch everybody.
He can catch everybody.
One man versus 10 plus.
Only if you're Marche Rocket.
He even Marche can't stand those odds.
Crash Tested Wrestling was a great show. I have said it publicly. I will say it again. From top to bottom, the card was the best card I've ever called at Crash Tested Wrestling since they've returned. Entertaining from start to finish. And I look forward to working there in 2024. It's going to be great. And Red, I'll miss you. I'll miss you.
I don't know why. I'm still going to be there.
But Saturday night wasn't good enough for you. Sunday, you were the main event.
Whatever.
Almost died.
I need my life back.
Take us to the moment in that match where you were staring at God face to face and he gave you one more chance.
Dude, that's no bullshit, dude.
Oh, bullshit.
I don't know what happened. All I know, it was a moment where Greg was standing on my back, and I just tried to breathe, and I couldn't breathe. I there was nothing coming in my nose, out my nose, nothing in my mouth, out my mouth, and I instantly had a panic attack. And I instantly was shit. Thanks a lot, Rion. Uh I instantly
Wow, the
thought,
moment captured by Jamie.
yeah. I instantly thought, fuck, this is it. Like, I always used to joke that, the two places I'm gonna die is either at work or in a wrestling. And for that brief moment, I really thought I was gonna die in the ring. And nobody, nobody really pays attention to our show, but nobody pays attention that this is my favorite movie of all time. And how did he die? He died in the ring. He knew his health concerns. He knew the person that he loved, he didn't think loved him anymore. And he said, the hell with it. The one thing that always loved him, he was going to go out and give it to her one more time. And he died. And that's how I felt that night. And
C-Red almost became Randy the Ram.
yeah, I mean, it's easy to joke about it now, dude, but that was a fucking horrible moment in time. Horrible. Because literally, in my mind, how is my family affected? Hell, how do you...
There's your grandson.
I know, I love that picture, right? What is said the next day at work? You know, like, would I be forgotten? Would I, am I, shit? And it's fucked up because it was only like 30 seconds.
Man, that benefit show in your honor will be off the fucking hook.
I would hope. Like, would anybody tell my grandkids and, my not adopted grandkids, but my legit grandkids, who I was, what I stood for, like, who the fuck is going to take care of Mama Red? Like, fuck.
We have a village. There'd be a village taking care of Mama Red.
So, in those 30 seconds, dude, like, and I don't know. So there were fans.
Rion would probably move in with Mama Red if he needed to. Because that's just who Rion is.
Well, he's a great guy. But nobody saw the fans that were right there. There was a part where Damien tried to pick, and I pushed him the fuck away. And I was not trying to be an asshole or, no, I just couldn't fucking breathe. And everybody saw me after the match, So here's a little unknown secret. I told Miles, when the match gets to 10 minutes, yell it out. I need to know. I never heard it. He said he yelled it out a few times, and I didn't hear it. And
yeah, he was pretty loud. That I remember that now.
But I don't remember.
I kept wondering, why is he saying 10 minutes over and over again?
I never heard it. Never. Because you have to understand, I haven't done a match of that length as a solo performer in a while. In years. So, I wasn't bragging that I was the main event or, that I should be in the main event. I believe I'm one of the best at what I give the people. The realism, the believability. But shit, nothing like when you almost died, dude. That made me look at some stuff. And I'm still tired. Like, I have not recovered. Whatever was going on, I have not had chance to recover. So maybe tonight I can get a couple of extra hours of sleep.
We both had some bad luck on Saturday.
Sunday.
Sunday, yes, Sunday. I wasn't going to bring this up, but I think people need to know that older gentlemen like us, have to have a pretty impressive love of this business to even do. I mean, you notwithstanding, that was 10 minutes. Your match was great. Even being just part of a spectacle like the tag team.
I went. Somebody said 18 and somebody else said 20. So I'm not sure.
I guess that makes me Mufasa right there, because
yes, look at Simba.
Take a look at that picture just for a minute. I want to explain what's happening here. That is not me selling necessarily. What put me there was getting hit by one of the trios belts. What happened was I didn't protect myself, and the distributor of the belt shot got tangled up with other feet and came down upon my cabeza very, very hard. And I don't remember much other than Turtle kind of kicking me saying, dude, C-Red's coming in. You got to get up. That's the first thing I remember. It was a weird. And then I don't know if there's footage of me being helped to the back, but those rubbery legs, I'm not that good an actor. And I had a headache until this morning. About 10:30 this morning at work, I finally realized, hey, my head's not hurting right now. So that was a bit of an unsettling moment for me in that match. And I learned a valuable lesson. Get your hands up. Get your hands up.
Dude, you know what? I've never done it. So
it was a symphony of bad coincidences that led to that. Because I saw that belt coming in, and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to block that. And that's literally what I thought. I looked up and he's coming down with it, and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to block that, because I was tired and my arms were kind of heavy as it was, and that belt's coming in, and I'm trying, and I'm just like, fuck, and pow, and I was like, and there I am with the Lion King standing over me going, Dad, wake up. So yeah, that's some scary shit if bad things happen. But here we are.
Yeah, but some good shit happened Sunday too.
Good, and what was that not? We had a great turnout. The vets had a great time. Everybody had a great time on Sunday.
Dude, that's why I employ everybody. If you are watching the Power Hour on Sundays, normally the fourth Sunday of every month, but you could always check Ileana Pro Wrestling's Facebook page. Come out on Sundays, and you
ain't watching the Bears anymore on Sunday.
Well, they could, but we're way more entertaining. We had to be way more entertaining than the Bears.
Yeah, but by the time we were done, it was already 41-3.
Dude, shit, it was before that. Shit. But yeah, dude, I love the energy the vets put into us. They always kind, they always speak to everybody. Of course, just the respect is given. these men and women have given and sacrificed so much to protect this country, and it shows when they they see us perform. They love to watch us perform. And then the fans. Dude, the best moment that I have had in quite a long time.
I was right there next to you when it happened.
Yeah, you were. When that little boy I shook his hand and then he hugged me. Like, I don't know this kid, but he just
I'm pretty sure he's like, I don't want to see my grandpa get beat.
And maybe I could remind him of his grandfather. I don't know, but just the simple fact this kid reached out and hugged me, and then it was crazy because then the guy, two people behind him was like,
he recognized you.
Hey,
Hey, you're
like,
WA.
Right. And I was like, huh? Like, y'all watched that?
And after you got all those roses from all those fans, we had to carry your ass to the back.
Yeah, you did. Because again, I couldn't move.
Red, it doesn't matter how old you get or how hard you get beat. I will always be there to carry.
Well, I didn't get beat. I won. That's the thing.
Turtle and I didn't win. Team just freaking power. But I won.
I won, but I got my ass handed to me. And again, I probably would have won. But I that's the thing about the VFW Hall. I try to show the respect, especially from the vets, that they give me. I try to give it to them. So I don't believe I should have to pull any shenanigans. But I give it to the league chair. Damian Gray had shenanigans, but I think he went out the cheap way.
That's what he does.
You
knew he was going to get you back for that big slap at Rocket Pro.
Well, but I slapped his ass again. So I mean, shit.
He did.
So what?
I think Team Just Freaking Power is one and done. I feel bad for Turtle. I feel like Turtle had to carry me the whole time. So as much as I was excited about being in a tag team with the Turtle, I love Turtle, but we didn't do so well, and I don't know if we'll get another chance at that. But boy, what a great!
It was a great Sunday, and again, let's be honest. My other adopted grandson, Kid Lat.
Oh man, Lat finally does the job, defeats EJ Swanson, and is your junior heavyweight champion. What a day for Lat. What a day for his family. That was the biggest smile I've ever seen, and that just made me feel good.
Dude, the thing that I love about that match, but then despise later on in the night, EJ Swanson no longer had the medallion, so he couldn't use it. So this was a straight up contest, one-on-one, nothing you can do about it, right?
Right.
But then here's the fucking medallion coming back later on, and now we
gotta give Nick Diamond his roses here.
No.
And I'm gonna try to get.
I mean, he's smart. He's smart for doing. That's what the medallion is for.
Yeah, no doubt. Honest,
Miles used it. We, it was beautiful. We were the first ones to have it. Okay, and we utilized it.
So here's what I want. Here's what I want. We've got Nick Diamond and his Diamond Doll, Ms. Larkin. They're your tag champions, the program. So they're an intergender tag team. What does that mean? Does that signal to all the other successful intergender tag teams to come to IPW? Because I'll tell you what I'd like to see. How about Avalon and Sierra come down to fight them? Or what about GPA and Laney?
No.
They're champions.
No, I'm not saying they're not. If it's Avalon and Sierra, Nick Diamond just don't even show up to the fucking building. Just mail the belts back.
Just mail them back. You don't want that smoke. And he don't want GPA and Laney either.
What? Because is good as Nick Diamond thinks he is, oh, GPA will run his ass through the ringer. He would run his ass through the ringer. And
I think
you think-
Sierra Lady would put his ass through a table.
you think I was laid out afterwards? Oh shit. Because I've been in the locker room and I've seen how GPA and Laney train, and he don't want that either. So and there's just one problem. And I ain't got no dog in this fight no more dog in this fight. But the previous picture that Rion had all the champions, which he normally does, right? But there's one picture that has stayed there for months and months, and I am fucking tired of seeing.
God knows I've tried, man. God knows I've tried. And I failed again and again, and I failed yet again.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I need to go find somebody. One. Maybe that's what I need to do. Focus on find 3 guys or 2 girls. Or, I don't know. 3 matchsticks. I don't know. But somebody help. All my friends that are watching this that are in the pro wrestling industry, you see these gentlemen that have these belts that I used to have, that I no longer have. We would like to repossess these titles. So please contact the officer of IPW and throw your names in the hat. I'm just tired of seeing them.
I'm going to do this, and I don't want to do it.
And ain't it bad that they almost blend into the background?
Yeah.
That's sad.
I don't want to do it. And we need to update DP3's picture, because DP3 is about half the size of that picture. That dude has worked his ass off.
I will give him credit. I don't know what he's slimmed down a lot, but no, they still.
I don't want to do this, but I will. I have been getting my ass kicked by the workhorses for the better part of a calendar year. And they had a plan, and they executed their plan, and they beat the holy shit out of me. And I don't think I'm going to get to fight them again. We were discussing things on social media, and Mikey said, yeah, no, we've been beating you routinely for a year. I think I want a new challenge. And I sat there for a minute, and I felt old, because they're right. They beat me up for a year, and I couldn't do a goddamn thing about it.
But hold on. We always have this moment.
We always have that moment, but that was you, and that was Rion. I was just along for the ride there.
It don't matter. It was the 3 of us. We won that day. So be proud.
I have that picture in my room, prominently featured. Well,
I had it prominently down in the cave until Mama Red broke it.
I'm gonna ask you this: what would happen if those 3 guys got a shot at those trios championships?
Shit.
I don't get to fight them anymore. They up and said they want no more to do with me because I'm not a challenge, and I get it. But boy, I'd like to see somebody take them away.
I think the result would have still been the same.
So IPW's next show is October the 29th. It's going to be great, as it always is. I can't wait to see what the card's going to look like and who's coming to town. We had the 80s baby TW3 there this past weekend.
From the Netflix special Wrestler.
Yeah. JR Lindsay fought Quinn Whittick in a very impressive match. I mean, there was so much good stuff. There's so much good stuff every final Sunday of a month. You owe it to yourself to check it out. That is a murderer's row of great champions. Even the pretty psychopath, who I can't stand, is he's delusional. He's off his nut. And I think Rachel likes me more than she likes him. That's what he calls that belt. But those are some tough people. Great competition at IPW. Don't miss October 29th.
Very
What
true.
we got this weekend, Red? You're at SCW at Wrestletopia. You got a lot of dogs in the race there.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I'm gonna go out there, and I'm gonna be behind Renee. I'm gonna be behind Miles.
Trying to be there for a couple of title retentions.
Yeah, that's the plan. And turn around and watch the rest of this show that guarantees to be one hell of a show.
Yeah.
So
Go to Shabance. It's going to be great. I will be north in Wisconsin. Frontline Pro Wrestling's Night for Tyler 6. Ladders match with featured talent like Ewok and Quinn Whittick, Joey Dalton, TW3, Filthy Muggsy James. I mean, the list goes on and on of great people. Stryker Industries, Bulletproof Ben McCoy. I mean, it is going to be, this is their big show of the year. This is that show that everybody gets up for because it is a benefit for Tyler. His story is amazing. Frontline Pro is amazing for doing this. I'm so proud to be a part of this very generous situation. Feel very blessed. I'm missing SCW, but in the name of charity, it's the right move for right now. And I can't wait to drive 5 hours to Marshfield to see that damn show. It's going to be great. I'm riding with a couple of guys, getting to make my own car stories that you've talked about for so many years. And these are the moments that I will remember forever. So Frontline Pro, thank you. Can't wait to get to work. Premier Streaming Network, Crossfire. We're taping some more episodes this weekend. If you don't have Premier Streaming Network, get it and watch Crossfire. Some of those entertaining things that I've been a part of and done in my career in its entirety. It's that good. So,
hey man, ain't my nephew gonna be there or no?
Shaq?
No. Paragon.
We don't speak his name, Red.
Yes, I do. He's my nephew.
Paragon has come to Frontline Pro with divine purpose.
To hunt.
He is hunting. And the way the last show ended, maybe going into it, they didn't know what Paragon was, but they do now. And I tried to tell him, I tried to warn everybody. I said, this man's locked me in a trunk, and I'm just a commentator. What do you think he's going to do to you? And he fulfilled every prophecy, and he will be there. Shaq Jordan, I thought you were talking about that nephew or that.
Nephew too? I know he's going to be there.
The generational treasure is there. The match he and Bulletproof Ben McCoy had at the last show was phenomenal. So there's the graphic. There's Tyler. It's his night. It's going to be spectacular. And you will see this footage on the Premier Streaming Network in various episodes of Crossfire, which is now available. I believe they have 5 episodes up.
Okay.
At least 4. It's $4.99 a month. There's a lot of content on there. It's really it's a good deal. It's a good service. There's lots of wrestling on there from all over the world. We get a lot of views, a lot of traction. We've got people from overseas watching. It's really been a blessing. So doing some of the best work I've ever done with some really great commentators. It's been a joy. It's the only reason I'm not at SCW is because this is just one of those things I couldn't pass up.
Well, hey, I get it. And I hope you understand, like I've told you before, as you take the road trip. It's about the journey, man. And trust me, the stories and the memories that you create with the guys going and coming home.
It's stopping for lunch. It's stopping at the Quick Trip. It's getting the spotted cow on the way home. There's a lot that goes into one of these trips, and it's exciting from start to finish. Although getting home at 4:30 in the morning for an old man like me is a little. I usually tap out about 2:45, and I let one of the young lions drive the rest of the way. Yeah.
Hey, I get it.
I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
All
right.
right.
So that's that. We'll wrap it on that. We've got some great wrestling you can watch. The Power Hour will be back next Tuesday night. And very, very excited about this episode. So we will have on this show from the Chicago Knockouts Miners, the very talented Lunala will be our guest, and her trainer, the incomparable Beetlejuice, will be joining us to talk about the Miners bout that's happening on the 30th. They'll talk about that, and they'll talk about the one upcoming in October. We'll spend a lot of time talking about the knockouts. Rion Skills was a fight ref, and one of the funniest fight refs I've ever seen, as he got his ass kicked by multiple people. Red, you got to start coming out to roller derby, man.
Here, okay. So
Megatron's waiting for you.
So can we go back to one of the old sayings? Here's the funny part. I was driving and I was like, man, I should really stop. I have nothing.
There's Rion get kicked. Look at the size of that hammer. Rion's about to wear that shit.
Dude, I was so tempted, but I promised Rachel that I wouldn't go because she wasn't there. So I kept my promise.
Even when Rachel's not there, she's there in spirit.
No, I get it, but I didn't.
Spectre of Cactus Rack, Russian Blue, Belle Babe, whatever you want to call her, the night that she's there. Her presence is always, she is a knockout. Whether she's there or not, her presence is felt every week. And she's healing up, and I expect her to be back in business before too much longer, maybe in time for the 2024 campaign.
All right. Well, but can't wait to hear about how this happened.
Yes. Going to talk a lot about Lucille Brawl and Marley Quinn about to kill the real deal. I'm right there behind it, calling the action. I can't see what's happening right in front of me because I'm looking at the track. I had no idea he was about to lose his life. Had no idea.
Yeah, we all
down there. I mean, there's no way I'm getting in the middle of that shit. There ain't no way. Those are some formidable, violent athletes, so they can have that. And let's not forget about the big announcement tonight. December 19th, Power Hour will present the C-Red Appreciation Night. It will be on Zoom at the very least. I'm hoping it will be live, much like we did with Ivan, at a local drinking establishment. You will have more details as I get them. And we are going to celebrate C-Red as he goes on sabbatical. And since it's the last show of 2023, and it's C-Red's final month of 2023, I thought it would be a great time to honor my partner. So there you go.
2 weeks before my birthday, too.
Well, there you go. So it all seems to work out. All right. Thank you for watching. We appreciate Terry Allen and his greatness. We appreciate the evil genius, Aaron Xavier. Thanks to Rion for coming over to eat tacos and laugh at me behind the screens. And thanks to C-Red for selling me out, but then covering the backside. And thank you for not dying, Red. We missed Rachel tonight. She is still recovering. PX was also ill this evening, so we missed you both. It's not the same without you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week right here on the Power. That's Rion laughing at me. That's pretty much what's happened behind this computer while y'all were talking. That's what was happening. That was happening. That look right there. That was happening. Always a catch. Always. Good night, everybody.